Picture this: cool breeze, dancing waves, golden beaches. Can you guess where we are? We are on the exciting Gold Coast in Queensland's southeast corner. The Gold Coast lays to the south of Brisbane, and it was originally called Southport. In the 1920s, after the establishment of the Surfers Paradise Hotel, the Gold Coast region grew significantly, and in the 1980s, the place boomed. And today, along with this high-rise dominated skyline, theme parks, nightlife, and rainforest hinterland, the Gold Coast is a major tourist destination. On this trip, I'll be meeting with people who have embraced their Gold Coast paradise. But first, I'm meeting with a few locals whose people have always had strong spiritual and cultural ties to this area. And to greet me to the area is Uncle Graham and his young protege, Max.
Hey, Uncle.
Nulli Inkayala, Baugal, Baugal and Nyunga. Welcome to the Gold Coast. Ernie?
Thank you very much.
This is your country.
Yeah.
Maxwell, my grandson.
Max, nice to meet you.
You too.
Thank you.
Deadly place you got here, eh?
Yes, we hope progress is good. If it's orderly progress, we hope they don't spoil it too much.
Oh, I don't think so, eh? Yeah. Significant area, this part of the Burleigh Heads?
Especially this part, Ernie, as you just said, because behind us we have the Dreaming Mountain. Max, you want to tell explain to Ernie about the Dreamtime Mountain?
Our first story that we have is our dreaming god, Jabreen, stepping out of the black hole in the Milky Way. And when he come down here, he found that it was flat sand dune area all across the Gold Coast. And the first thing he did was reach down and he picked up his waddy out of the earth. And it's over here at Miami, Stibrabilum, when Jabreen's waddy was pulled up. And that's where we get our lore. And then he threw out his magical waddy and it went around the Gold Coast, around the hinterland, and in its wake, the contrast of the rivers and the hinterland all took form. And it come back to him like a burgan. And after this, it become very hungry. So Jabrini was a giant. He went looking for bush tucker, and he found some wild honey. And he gorged himself, and all his body became sticky, and he went swimming out in the ocean here. And after this, he come back in, and he rested, and the mountain grew up around him. And from the lookout, you can see his hands. And up here is a women's area, and all the children were born for time since time began. So it's very sacred.
And a good thing too, they haven't put buildings on it.
Yes, they've kept that. The government at least have kept that sacrosanct.
Yeah.
Ernie?
Good. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
So, you're a bit of a surfer?
No. We have respect for the sharks. I do.
Oh, you won't get me swimming in there either. Them sharks are there.
Oh, look out.
Yeah. Oh, that's lovely. So there's a lot to see around this part of the world.
Plenty. It's loaded with sights, and it's knowing where to look, and sometimes it's just ducking in and finding a nice spot, usually where they're camping, and you'll find areas of significance and where our people have camped and been there a long time, and you'll find middens over here.
Yeah, over the other side.
And our oldest midden's been dated at 5,000 years.
That's a lot of shells.
Udjuru Noonuckle said it was to appease the spirits of the sea. So it goes back to these middens and having respect.
We better go and have a look there.
Okay, whatever.
Go on in. Go on.
Uncle Graham permits Max to change into his casual beach clothes before showing me the sights and visiting the main places of significance for their people.
It's a little bit different, eh?
It's changed a lot.
Yeah. This is an iconic part of town, isn't it?
This is the main drag.
The main drag. But it's still a nice part of town, though. I mean, coming down, the sign and the beach right next to it. So naturally, they'll need sort of stuff to make people sort of welcome or visitation to the area. Would have been different back in the day. We'd have been walking over sand dunes.
They call this Kombumerri Bee in our language. It means place of the ant.
Of the ants.
Yeah.
A lot of white ants there.
Yeah.
Nice little part of the world, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
And just filling up the dam here by the looks of it with this rain.
Yeah, come.
I
Beautiful.
know,
eh?
it's lovely. I mean, it's just, you swim out there?
As often as I can.
Yeah.
We're salt water people.
So all this coastline from way back around there, all the way up to the islands just here. Lots to do, lots to see. A lot of memories too, eh? Let's go this way. Yeah, it's a funny old day today, eh? But then again, that's just part of the coast. There's a deadly old car,
Yeah.
eh? So what we got in this area here?
Well, this is a women's birthing area. It's also it's the most sacred site we have on country because of the relationship with the Creator. And it's a sit-down area for the general public where you can see the middens, which are intact. And then you have a men's area on the eastern side of the mountain where Jabberin's fingers are. So you would have seen, before contact, all of the children were born here in this birthing area.
I didn't realise that when you come to pick me up, I accidentally put on the same shirt as colour as your car. Must have knew, eh? I was going for a ride.
Plum pine,
Plum pine.
there's a few on too.
Oh, yeah? A lot of people enjoying their days.
It's Jullambudgera,
Jullambudgera.
plenty of fish.
Okay. Yep, they're all at it. Bush walks up the top. And is there plenty of fish left?
No. Well, my old people told me that it was so full here with the mullet season. They say, oh, you walk on the backs of the fish.
I got old saying you got to push the fish aside to drop the line in. So, this hill here is part of women's dreaming.
Women's, men's, but there's an area here that's a birthing ground. So, for time of year when women come up and use the grounds for birthing, the men would be in the perimeter with the bull roars, signalling people not to go up.
Yeah.
The general public would wait down in this area,
Yeah.
and for the expecting mother to come down.
Yeah. Another one of the mob joins the crowd. Oysters, pippies, fish, middens galore.
My legal fiction is Maxwell Eugene Dillon. My tribal name's given Kulpe Giraman Galeen Kombumerri Nunahal. And I'm a proud Kombumerri Naringwald man from this country here on the Gold Coast. This area particularly, when I'm walking around this area, dreaming track, I feel minimised in the world. I feel small, but because I'm surrounded by so much history and knowing that my people's journey and everything had started in an area, their stories are all collected in, and so much has taken place. And so when I'm here in a place like this, it's sort of, you get this shrinking feeling, but it's a good shrinking feeling because you realise you're surrounded by so much that's a part of your journey. We're part of a continuum since creation, since time began.
Here we go.
This here is a good example of spiritual ecology, where Yugri, Pippies, Kanenga, the oyster, Jubai, the crab, everything was enjoyed here. And building upon the relationship with the spirits of the sea, the old people and the ancestors decided to give respect by creating middens to allow them safe passage. This here was just laying there it's been used. It has a platform and a bowl with percussion. So it's been used as a knife, as a blade.
Shucks.
And some charcoal, and there's your carbon dating. And I think we're a few thousand years dated, this particular site. And so how you see a lot of these shell deposits would be our people would bring them up from down here at Julumbudja, and they would chuck all the shells straight into the fire, and they'd open up and they just enjoy them like that.
Just taking up this whole area here, eh?
This is one of many middens, but this is the major midden on this national park here.
There's lots more around here as well.
Yeah,
Smaller ones.
smaller ones.
Mm-hmm.